Welcome to the Books and Martinis podcast.
I'm Priya.
And I'm Mercy.
And this is your go-to book podcast,
where we lift, empower, and spotlight authors.
Grab your martini and follow along.
And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe.
Hey, book lovers. This episode of Books and Martinis is brought to you by our wonderful sponsors. Blue Box Mania, you dream it, we produce it. And Travel with Samantha Cividanes, specializing in luxury cruises. Ooh. Their support keeps the stories, authors, and conversations flowing. Don't forget to visit them and support the brands that support this podcast. Now the martinis are poured, let's get into the episode. What's up, everyone? Welcome to our podcast. I'm Priya.
And I'm Mercy. Welcome, everybody. Hi, Anthony.
Cheers, Hi, cheers. Anthony. Welcome to our podcast. Cheers. Cheers.
I love your water bottle, but it's bad luck to not drink after you cheers. So
salute.
You need to
Come on,
open
Anthony. That. Come on. Good job.
Now we're cooking.
Cheers to a successful, wonderful interview. Mm-hmm. Guys, on the screen and in your ears is Anthony Palmini.
Hello.
Narrator, voice actor, director, all-around artist, and we're so excited to have you here today. Welcome, Anthony.
Happy to be here. Thank you so much.
Oh, we're so happy to meet you.
Yes. And if you guys don't know, you probably don't recognize the voice already, but he has done books like Quicksilver and
A Court of Mist and Fury.
Because we are a bookish podcast, so we got to fan out a little bit. So we might have a treat for you later. But we really wanted to meet Anthony and hear about all the inspirational things that he's done. And shout out to our girl, Kaya Freites, for recommending him and connecting us.
Yes.
There's an amazing community of narrators in New York City that are really connected. And we're so glad that we are able to interview today. So, First question, tell us.
Anthony. Who's Anthony?
Yes.
Anthony. Talk to us about Anthony. Yes. Come on,
Who
Anthony.
is Anthony? That's a great question. He is a traveler of many genres, many jobs in his life. I started out definitely as an actor, and that journey has taken me through all different parts of the entertainment industry as a production assistant and video editor for MTV, director for short films, and then it brought me back to voice acting right before COVID, and then COVID got me right into voice acting.
Okay.
And now I primarily do audiobooks, which I love doing. And and now primarily I would say that I'm a voice actor for audiobooks. That's been my thing for the last 2.5 to 3 years.
Wow. Did you ever think that this would be your life right now? When you started acting and you started your career, did you ever think that you'd be in this space?
I did not think. I thought that I would be doing like commercials or funny anime or animation voices. I never thought I would be doing this type of work. And but I'm glad that I made my way to it, and I'm happy to be there.
When was that aha moment for you that you said, "Oh wait, I could do this," and you learned about actually reading a book?
It was really, I wouldn't say trial by fire, but when I did Graphic Audio had put out a post online that they were updating their roster and that they were doing something a little different with audiobooks, that they wanted to do like a full cast and make it more like a play or a movie type of immersive audiobook, as opposed to just one person reading the whole characters and everything. And so when I got ACOTAR, I still hadn't done any narration, and then they were like, "Okay,
that was your first."
Book.
That was your first one?
Yeah, that was my first one.
Wow!
So talk about starting on the top.
So the next book, which had his first POV chapter, that was my first time ever doing a narration for audiobooks. Like, I never done any before that. So I was super nervous. I had a very good director who was guiding me through it, and she was telling me, she was like, if I feel like you're not doing it, I'll let you know, we'll start over. But she was just like, no, this is the pace, this is how you should say it, this is how you should go about it. You did great.
You just felt it.
I say that my training was reading a lot of comic books when I was younger, because every superhero has an inner monologue and they're
Mm.
constantly telling the readers how they're feeling, what they're looking at, what they think about the other character. And so as I was reading this as a child and even as an adult, in my brain, I was kind of preparing for that. Where I'm like, what, how would this character sound? And they're saying
Mm.
so much description and they're talking about so many things. How would they sound telling me what is going on? And so I did that for the audiobooks. I was just like, okay, I'm now this character who has an inner monologue and is speaking to the audience. Let me just do it that way. And it turned out that that was the way to do it, at
That
least
you
for
were a
me. At least that's
natural.
how it worked for
That's
me.
it. You were just a natural. So
How was that?
who
We
is,
also.
sorry, Priya,
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
who are you in Akatar?
He's
I'm Rhysand
Rhysand.
and Akatar.
Mercy. Mercy. You were supposed to do your homework, girl.
No, no, no. Listen, you know that I have the books because I love you, but I'm
Yes.
not a reader of these books. I do a lot of thrillers and a lot of
Mm,
mystery. So
mm.
this is not my kind of book. So we share our love, but I do know him. And I did not realize you were him. And I
Yeah.
loved you before I knew that. So I'm a true fan. Oh my goodness. Okay.
And this is no surprise to our listeners because I'm the
They know
big
that.
like
Yeah.
sci-fi fantasy
Okay.
junkie. Hence the crawler
I know.
conversation we had before this because
Yeah.
I am a
You see,
crawler.
all my books are like thrillers or romances. There's,
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So yes, Rhysand.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
so awesome. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now that we've passed that, Mercy.
Yeah. Sorry.
So I want to know about your first day. You said you were nervous. What was the first day in the booth like? Were you finding yourself stumbling? Did the director set you up? Okay, these are all your tools. This is what you're going to use. This is what it has to look like, all that stuff.
Well, for the first time that I did that role, I had no idea about how popular the book was, and I was just treating it like any other gig I had. So there wasn't really a nervousness. I think when I did the first like actual reading as a narrator, I think I was a little nervous in the beginning, but then I said, "All right, this isn't live, so if I mess up, we could just
You edit.
re-record or they'll
Mm-hmm.
just guide me through it just like they've done in the past." So that kind of put me at ease of like, okay, if this is a learning process and if I mess up, we'll just re-record, it's no problem. And I think that helped put me at ease. And then once I became just more focused on what I'm actually doing as opposed to thinking about the future or thinking about other stuff and just focusing what's on the page, it was a whole lot easier to do that.
And then when you found out how big the fandom was, what was that like?
Yeah, that was crazy. I did not expect that. I still don't get, like, I still am
Mm-hmm.
surprised at times when people are like, "Oh, I love the voice that you did there," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's right. It's out there in the world because you're in the booth, you're by yourself, you record these lines, you put it out in the world, and then that's it.
You
Like
forget.
my job is done." So I tend to forget. I'm like, wait, they know I did that? Well, yeah, of course, because it's out and that's who I
Right.
played. So I still am surprised and shocked and just, yeah, every time I see that, I'm just like, wow, that's crazy.
Wow. What's been your favorite character?
That's tough.
And it
That's
could be
tough.
anything. It could be anything that you've acted in, anything
Mhm.
that you've narrated or directed. What's your favorite character?
That's tough because I like a little bit of everything that I've done, so it's hard to say like a favorite. I would say,
Mm-hmm.
as far as like audiobooks, the closest like characters that I have fun with are probably Carrion from Quicksilver, just because he's like the funny, comedic person. Um, yeah, it's tough because every character I play, I'm just like, oh, there's something here that I'm gonna have fun with. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's what I go to any character, any project that I do, is when I read it and I go, oh, I'm gonna have fun with that, or oh, I can't wait for that part, or oh, this is interesting. How can I bring that to life, knowing where the twist is? So every job, there's always something that I'm just like, oh yeah, that was fun.
Oh, I love that.
How
You're
do you,
pouring your soul into it.
yeah, yeah. So how do you prepare to switch up voices? Do you
Mm-hmm.
have a process?
Um,
Because I
Again,
know obviously Carrion has a different tone than Kingfisher.
yeah, Again, I think it's from my comedy background because I did a lot of improv training, and so I'm constantly thinking of new voices in my head. I'm constantly thinking of like different things that I can do to make one character different from the other. And so I really enjoy when there's like a multi-character book that I'm doing because I'm like, okay, great. I can do this and now I can be the total opposite of that. I can play the villain and the hero. So
Mm.
uh a lot of it is just finding, when they give me prep for the book, they're like, okay, this is how the character should act, or this is like their cadence or whatever, that helps. And other times it's just me kind of doing bad impressions of actors or characters that are already there, and that's what they teach you in improv is like if you do a really bad impression of somebody, then that's your new character because nobody knows but you who that's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But
That's right.
everybody thinks like, wow, how did you come up with this character? It's like, really, that's like a messed up impression of this person. Nobody
They
knows
don't
that.
know.
So
They don't know. That's right.
Have you done
And
any
what?
oh, see, we talk over each other. It's part of our shtick.
Sorry.
We don't do it on purpose. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Thanks. I wanted to know what a day looks like for you. How does your day look like on a day that you have to record?
a day pretty much uh if I'm focusing on if I'm just focusing on one book and there's no other things going on, usually in the morning it's like just if I'm just starting a book, then it's just kind of getting everything in order, looking at the notes, making sure that I don't miss anything, look at the emails, make sure there's not any something in the email that somebody caught, like, hey, on page 25, that's actually supposed to be your character, not mine. And then I start to record. In the summertime, I've been trying to really hard to
Hmm.
hydrate and take breaks because
Mm.
sometimes I get too focused in the books and I'll just keep going chapter, and then I'm like, ooh, it's kind of hot in here. And so
Oh.
I try to take breaks as much as I can. And then I record until, I feel like my voice is starting to get a little tired, and then I'll take a break, and then I'll gauge, do I take a break and try maybe one more at night or done for the day? And then that's it. And then
Is that usually 4 hours for you, 5 hours for you?
it
Do
depends.
you warm
I've
up your
noticed
throat
that,
first?
yeah, I noticed in the summertime, it kind of stretches out a little more just because you have to take more breaks.
Mhm.
And so what would probably take me 4 hours can stretch to like 6 or 7.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just because, and some of these books are, they're big
Like,
books, so I have
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
to try to, keep a pace so that way I can finish one and go to the next.
right.
So yeah,
And energy up. You have to keep the same
and the
vibe, like the
energy,
same
yeah,
energy level.
yeah,
Yeah. So, for anyone wanting to start out as a narrator, do you need acting experience? So, we know you're an actor.
yeah.
Do you need to be trained as an actor? What is your suggestion? Earth was only the first chapter. Let's get off this rock together, y'all. My debut novel, Between Beasts and the Stars, comes out October 13th, 2026. I'm so excited about this. Between Beasts and the Stars is sci-fi fantasy on a collision course with a Brooklyn mom discovering an ancient force rising within her, fighting against her feral divine power and navigating an alien world where she must reclaim her desire and destiny. She is dropped 32 million light years away from Earth in the Phantom Galaxy on a planet named Hull and encounters a whole slew of aliens, some sexy, some scary, but she's fighting for her life, trying to get back to her kids on planet Earth. So my ebook is available now on Amazon for pre-sale. Check it out. And she lands October 13th. Okay, now back to the episode.
I say, and I heard this a lot, when I was going into voice acting because you think it is different, and in some aspects it is different from on-camera acting, but the acting part is still there. So I feel like you can be a natural actor, you can be somebody who needs training. I feel like you should have some type of training. That doesn't necessarily mean you got to be Shakespearean trained. It could
Yeah.
be like taking an acting class, even a free one. You can learn something from that. Taking improv classes especially helps, when you're recording and they might say, "Oh, try it this way." And I always notice that when they say, give me another option or try it this way, it does help if you have some type of improv training, because it does help you think on your feet. Like you're just like, oh yeah, let me try it this way. And it helps you to not think too much. Improv is all about like go with your gut. And if you
Yeah.
mess up,
Mhm.
that's fine. You can try again. And I feel
Right.
like sometimes when they say give me another version, you're so stuck on like, well, what's that version that you might be thinking too much about it. So I feel like there
Yeah.
Mm.
has to be some type of training. I put that in quotes
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want
Okay.
people to think that they have to think of it as Juilliard or, the
Or
top, top,
Meisner or
top.
one of those things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you like I've learned so much from so many different types of free, paid uh workshops. You can learn so much from that and use that for something.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is the main part of what you need. It is the skill to learn how to act, and it's not just the voice. Because sometimes you can have a really good voice, but they're like, I don't believe it. Like it sounds good, but you're supposed to be really sad that you lost your whatever. You don't sound like
Yeah.
Right.
that.
Right.
Like
Right.
like being able to say one line and say it over and over again with different emotions.
Yeah,
So I say, "Hi, Mercy,"
yeah,
all chipper. "Hi, Mercy."
exactly.
I'm like, it's not improv,
Okay.
whatever.
I got you.
um, have you ever done live, like a Broadway play or anything like that?
I did sketch comedy, live sketch comedy events with. I had a group. I had a sketch group that we did events for about 2 years, and so we did a lot of events locally and in theaters, and that was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what is the biggest thing you took away from doing the live acting?
Oof. I mean, talk about, pressure, right? It's like you're in
Yeah.
front of you only get one shot, one chance, there's no do-overs. You have to really trust that you've done the work, you've done the rehearsals, and then you just go out there. And even if you mess up, even if something that always goes wrong, you just kind of power through it. And it's a crazy thrill. Like to be in front of a live audience and be doing that is just like to hear that response that quick is pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
So wait, so you did comedy. So
Yeah,
are you funny?
I think
You
so. I would hope so.
And so, okay. So now that you're a narrator, how can you translate that experience into what you're doing now? Because obviously it's not live, you're
Yeah.
recording over and over again. Does it mean that you're going to do less takes because you're just ready to go? Like, how's
Um,
it translate?
yeah, that's a good question. I think, yeah, I think that the preparation is still there. Like I try to prep as much as I can, but I think whatever I transferred over from theater to this was really because, at least for me, it was sketch. You do a lot of characters, and we did a lot of characters in sketch. And so um, it's easier for me to dial back because when you're on stage, you gotta like amplify that character because you want the person in the last row to feel that energy. And so now that you're an audiobook, you don't want that. People are gonna take off their headphones. They're like, "Whoa, why is this guy
Right.
screaming everything?" So you got to dial it
Yeah.
back a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
But the prep work of character work is still there. So it's not that hard for me to be like, okay, I have to do 5 different characters in this one chapter. I kind of already done that work, so I can just go through my mind Rolodex and say, okay, what characters have I done? What worked with the crowd, and what can I use from that character for this character to work?
Hmm.
On that same exact topic, what has been your most challenging book?
Most challenging book. That's a good question. Most challenging book. I think it was early on. Um, I forgot. I even forgot what book it was, and it wasn't even the book itself.
Was it like
um,
the voice acting that
no,
you
so
were
I
doing?
mean, the technical was I had thought because I was still new, and I had thought that we were doing, and it's so funny. Somebody just posted about this. I thought that we were doing a duet narration, and it was actually a duel. And so I did
Oh,
like half the book just reading the guy characters, and then I sent it in
Okay.
and they're like, this is a duel, you have to do every character including the women in this book. So I
oh
had to
man.
redo all those chapters, and it was a pretty big in the sense of how many pages it was. So to redo that was pretty crazy, because then that kind of spilled into the next book that I had to do. And so balancing redoing everything that I did and then working on the next, that was
Yeah. That's a
pretty,
lot of pressure.
it was pretty insane to do both of those and try to keep both on pace to be delivered on time. So
And they couldn't produce it and cut it and
Cut and
mix it
paste.
together. I mean,
no, because it
Cut
had
and
to
paste.
be. I mean, I think I did that. I think I left the audio that I did record, but I still had so much narration to record that it was still a lot of work to fill in all those blanks.
Right. Just when you thought you were done.
Exactly. And this was towards the end, so I was just like, well, got it on time, early, pat on the shoulder, and then they're like, no, this
Thank
is a
you.
do-over. I'm
Goodbye.
like, oh my God.
see you later. So
Yeah.
do you find that when you're immersed in a character that you're narrating, say it's Rhysand or Kingfisher or Carrion, do you find yourself using that voice in real life sometimes? Like while you're immersed and you say you're taking a whole week out to record the whole book, and you're stepping away and you have to exist in the world, and you go get your coffee.
You know
Coffee
what's
in New
so
York
funny?
City.
Because people ask me that. They're like, oh, does anybody recognize your voice when you go out in the world? And I'm like, I think my voice, my natural voice, is so different from the popular characters that I do that I don't really use those voices for anything other than what those characters are, because it's just so
Really?
it's so specific to those characters that me using that deep voice to like order coffee or go to the grocery store is like, it would just be weird for me to go to that register in my voice to just, it would just be like, why am I speaking this way?
Okay, so pick a character and order a coffee at Starbucks.
Let's do some improv.
Yeah.
What will you have, sir?
As Rhysand or as
Yes. Yes.
Pick one.
Yes.
Pick one.
There you are. I would like to order a grande.
Okay.
I love that. I love
Okay.
that. So, okay, since we're on that, okay.
Okay, Priya's coming.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes, I'm coming to life. Okay. Can we get you to say Farrah Darling, please?
Just Farrah Darling? Yeah.
Unless there's something else you want to say.
No, because I'll do the lead up. Even though these two actually don't exist in the book, but I usually do this sentence with the other.
Okay.
There you are. I've been looking for you, Farrah Darling.
Okay, and this is in the book where he finds her at the festival, the summer festival, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and all throughout the series, he says Farrah Darling. Just love it.
Yeah,
Just love it. It's like butter. Melts like butter. And Kingfisher. Okay, so I have to put you on the spot for this because this is my favorite book for 2025. Like I devoured that book and it resonated the whole year. So I started reading it and then I jumped to audio and I finished it on audio.
Such a good book.
Once I got on audio, I was like, this is it. It's over. So your voice literally lived in my head for like, how long? Okay. So please, young sir, can you do a line?
You want him to say something? Okay.
Yes, please.
Oh, and Kingfisher.
I wasn't.
Yes.
Okay, we weren't sure what you were asking for, Priya. We're just listening to you. And Quicksilver only had one book, or was it a series?
So they have 2 books out so far. They have Quicksilver and Brimstone, which came out last year.
Did you do Brimstone?
Yes.
And was it as good as Quicksilver?
Yeah, I loved both of them. They were definitely fun to record. The 2 main male characters are just, so different from each other. One is very quippy and charming and funny, and the other is very moody, broody.
So if I had to pick one to read, should I read Akatar,
Well, I would say start with
Quicksilver?
Quicksilver, because I think if you read Brimstone, you won't know what's going on.
No, I meant the series. Should I
the
read
series.
Quicksilver, or should I read?
I kind of feel like Akatar is like a prequel. I don't know what word to use, but like you do that first, and then you graduate to Kingfisher and Quicksilver.
You could do that.
Oh,
Quicksilver is
okay.
like a graduation.
It's not a beginner's.
I found the line. Okay. Nobody will ever blank you the way I'm about to blank you. Okay, maybe that's not it.
Yeah.
Sarah
I'm about to
Spain, I'm
introduce
about to
you to all
introduce you
seven
to.
gods, right?
Yes. Okay.
Oh.
So maybe that line. I'm about to introduce you to all seven gods.
I need water for this because he's on a
Take
lower
your time.
register.
Yeah.
I think him and Slade from I don't know if you read the Plated Prisoner series.
Oh, I haven't yet.
Yeah, people really love the Plated Prisoner series, and that I feel like has been my lowest tone voice so far. Because
Very deep.
he's really aggressive. He's more aggressive. They call him the King of Rot for a reason.
Oh, now I really gotta check that out.
Yeah.
Oh, now I want to hear that voice too.
But Quicksilver is, all of them are good. All of them are good. I have no
Okay.
favorites. All of them good. All right. So let me just see here. I won't say that first part. Okay. I'm about to introduce you to all seven gods. When you meet them, don't forget to tell them I'm the one you worship on your knees.
Damn.
Damn. So
Wow.
good, Anthony. So good.
What a voice. What a voice. Okay, I have to read all these.
Okay. Let's get back to the gym.
Insane.
What is coming up next for you, Anthony Palmini? What are you working on?
A lot.
What are
A
you
lot.
excited? What are you most excited about?
Well, there is a book I can't talk about yet, but I'm excited that I will be recording that book. That's all I can say right now, but
Mm.
it's a book that I've been like, all right, yeah, here we go. I can't really talk about it. Other than that, there are books that are
Damn.
out now that range from darker romance, which I'm starting to get into now as far as just exploring that and seeing how I like that genre.
Mm-hmm.
From what I understand, there's even darker than that, so I don't know if I want to go into that yet.
Okay.
But it's been interesting. It's been dark romance has been interesting. And then I've been doing a lot of like I guess what you call like rom-com hockey romance as well.
Oh, that's so big right
Oh.
now. That's so
Um,
Mm-hmm.
big.
yeah,
And I think season 2 of that show, what's the name of that show you
Off
love?
campus.
Is coming. I think it's coming. No, that's
no,
not. Is
heated
it off campus?
rivalry. No, something rivalry.
Rivalry.
Pretty
Yeah.
rivalry.
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch
Yeah.
that one. I watched Off Campus,
So
which
yeah,
is another hockey one.
I've been doing that, and that's been fun. That's been fun.
Okay, good. It's a different pace completely, right? Because
Yeah,
those
You
are
yeah,
can't say the
shorter
name of
that's what
books.
I
that book.
like about it. It's different, especially the kind of more traditional romantic comedies as opposed to like the fantasy or romantasies. So I like seeing all these other um, styles and been really
Sure.
having fun with all of them.
We
And
can't wait
somebody
to listen.
who's aspiring to do what you do,
Mhm.
what's a little bit of advice you can throw to them?
I always say the first thing is to make sure that you really like the acting part. I feel like this business has a lot of ups and downs, and there's a lot of times where you're booking a lot or not booking at all, and or the big projects or small projects. And I think the one thing that you always want to remember is like, if you like doing this, focus on the joy of that, focus on the experience of that, and then once you use that as like your north star, then just try to find different ways to put yourself out there or find about auditions. Because I originally thought like I needed an agent, and I do have one, but most of the work that I got was by me just like going out there and literally checking everywhere, checking LinkedIn, checking X, checking everything, just everything, and not saying, "Oh, I won't do that because of whatever for whatever reason." Because anything
Mm-hmm.
that you do is going to prepare you for that moment that comes later or faster or later, whatever. Because I feel, that whole journey that it took me to get to Akatar, it was a long time to get there. But when the moment came, I had so much that I practiced, that I rehearsed, that I did, that I met the moment, that I was just like, okay, kind of know these things, and it's not as worrisome as like if I didn't do all that stuff. So that's why I always say, like, do the free, workshops, do the small projects, do all of that, because trust me, it will prepare you for the stuff that's coming ahead for you. And again, those are the things that you have if in your mind you're like, I love doing this. Because if you worry about like the other external things, will I be popular enough? Is this paying a lot?
Are
Is
you going to
this,
make money? Yeah.
yeah, all that stuff is like, that's the secondary part. And if you focus on that, it might stop you from the main stuff. And you're worrying, you're focusing so much on that you lose sight of the other stuff that'll help you through all of that other stuff.
Yeah, that's great advice. Start
That's really
small, keep your expectations like moderate,
Yeah.
and just keep going.
Have
for the craft.
fun, stay consistent, just keep trying. And yeah, and those are usually the three things that I see, even with other people that I've met in the industry. Those are kind of the things. It's just like, just keep at it, have fun with it, and keep training, even if it's, and it's true, I talked to another voice actor about this, where they're just like, sometimes I'm just making coffee and I'm just making voices, like thinking of new characters, keeping that fresh in your mind, so that way, again, when that moment comes, you've already kind of practiced. Even if you think that talking to yourself in the shower or while you're making coffee is not practice,
It's crazy.
I mean, that's your job, is to just think of new voices or think of new situations. So
Sure.
And
it goes to I'm sorry, I was just gonna say that it goes like authors, they just tell you the one common denominator is just write. Just sit and write and write. Even if it's junk, just write until it comes out.
Yeah.
Right.
Practice.
Sorry, go ahead. Right.
No, I was going to have one last question for him. If there was a role that you wanted to play, it could be a movie too, a character that you wanted to play, or a book you wanted to narrate, a dream book, what would it be?
I always say that I'm a big fan of Superman since I was a small child.
Man, I was going to say Spider-Man, but how funny.
Spider-Man too. I wouldn't mind Spider-Man. If I can do any type of voice work for a Superman project, that would be amazing.
Wow. Like the animation series.
Anything.
That's out right now, right?
Audiobook, animation, anything.
Put it out there in the universe.
Character. Yes, you shall have it.
No,
you are it. You are Superman. Let's manifest it. Yes. All right, Anthony, thank you so much for being our guest today on the Books and Martinis podcast. We love your work. We are rooting for you. We're so excited for your future and to listen to all the books, all the things, and to even see what you've created outside of that. So if you're acting or if you're starring in anything, we can't wait to see it. We can't wait to see it. Let's do one last cheers. To you.
With your water bottle.
With your water bottle.
There you go. Thank you.
Cheers to you. I remember you got a drink. Salud.
Salud.
Yes, wishing you all the very best.
On your success.
Same to you. Same to you.
How can our listeners, our readers, our writers, how can they all find you?
I'm mostly on Instagram and TikTok at Palmini. You could also go to my website, which is www.antpalmini.com. So yeah, that's where you'll find me.
That's great.
Thank you so much for being our guest. Everyone, like, share, follow, subscribe, check out Anthony's stuff online. We'll put it all in the caption below. And thank you for listening to the Books and Martinis podcast.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Anthony.
Bye.
Bye.